Bohr's third and fourth postulate. Bohr's third postulate is that orbits in which electrons do not radiate energy when they revolve, these are known as stationary orbits. So now if we have an orbit in which the electrons do not radiate energy, so in the second postulate we have seen that electrons do not radiate energy when they are in orbits having angular momentum, that is L is equals to nh upon 2 pi, where n is the principal quantum number. So they have just given a name to it, stationary orbits, whereas the fourth Bohr's postulate is known as the frequency condition. So now if we have an atom, and we provide it energy, the electron would absorb that energy and would jump to a higher orbit, because both of these orbits have different energy levels. Now the electron has absorbed some energy. Now it would be unstable in this orbit, and it would jump to a suitable orbit which has an equivalent energy equal to its own energy. So now when required energy is applied, the electron jumps to a higher orbit. Now when the electron jumps back to the orbit, the electron is unstable over here, because you know that atoms always fill electrons from the lowest then to the highest. Now the lowest or the closest orbit is empty, so this is unstable atom. Now what happens is the electron jumps back to the lower orbit, and when it jumps back to the orbit, we know that that energy which it absorbed cannot be destroyed because of the conservation of energy. So it has to be sent somewhere. It has to do something with that energy. What it does, it makes a new particle, the photon. Now this it radiates energy. We know now it radiates a photon. It produces a photon. It produces light of certain frequency, and that the energy of a single photon can be given by E2 minus E1, where E2 is the energy of the higher orbital, where E1 is the energy of the ground orbital. Now why I am saying ground orbital? Because when an electron is in its original orbit, it is known as the ground state, and when it is in the outermost orbit, or the orbit which it has jumped because of the absorption of energy, is known as the excited state. This is known as the excited orbit, and this is known as the ground orbit.